I'm in Nottingham again. Going to meet the Spice Guy, my mate Sandy, and I'm not sure where we're going today, so we'll find out.
Hello.
Here he is. You cold again?
Yes,
It's freezing,
absolutely.
isn't it? We're in December now. It's flipping freezing, people. Where are we going today? What have you got on the cards?
Right. Where I thought I'd take you today is one of the oldest pubs in the country.
Right.
The Ye Olde Pub.
Ye Olde Pub.
Ye Olde Pub.
Ye Olde Pub.
Ye Olde Jerusalem.
The exercise wasn't in the job description.
It was.
We said,
I'm going to get you fit without you even realising it.
We said, what did we say? Love,
food,
laugh,
and laughs. Yeah.
And forgotten
You should
food.
be laughing. I'm laughing my head off.
I'm laughing. I'm not laughing enough. I'm flipping freezing.
Right,
and he's cold. So this is
Nottingham Castle.
Nottingham Castle. So we're going to turn around. Nottingham Castle. There you go.
And merged into it is the oldest inn in England, apparently.
The old trip to Jerusalem, 1189 AD. And you know what I mean? It makes me laugh when the Yanks talk about stuff. Our history.
100 years old.
1189. Right, look at this old sign there.
Green King.
Green King.
I'll talk to you about Green King
Green
later.
King, and they've got the old beer sign there that's all distorted.
I used to work for Green King.
Did you?
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a different story. Oh, look at that. Look at this.
Oh wow.
I'll go with decadence. I'll go with the decadence.
So, Sunday, at the back there, we've got tiles on there, and one of the old sayings is we're going out on the tiles because lots of pubs back in the day covered in tiles. From the
Out on
wall.
the tiles?
On the tiles. Well, that's not the latrine from the castle.
Possibly,
Back
yeah.
in the day.
Maybe.
Mate, this place is nuts, isn't it? I know last week, the food, I think we've peaked too early because the food was sublime. Now, location-wise, I think we've peaked too early for the location because this location is just phenomenal.
And I think by the end of maybe after 1 year when we've done this, this is something interesting. What we'll do is we'll do our favourite. I think we're going to have every one of them is going to be our favourite.
Yeah.
But I think what we should do is we'll do a top 10 favourite locations.
Get ready. Oh,
favourite foods.
I'm not into my Christmas stuff, but I've put because it's the first. We're in December now. I've put my Christmas top on, and on the back it says "Sons of Santa."
Oh, brilliant!
I know, the first and last. So we've come.
I've got my Diwali scarf on. If that means anything to you.
Excellent.
I'm cold.
We've got.
Can you get the fireplace in?
Yeah, we've got the fireplace there.
Oh, you can see that.
The fireplace there. I'm in the way. But there you go. Anyway, we've come to a traditional, the oldest inn in England, I believe so.
1185 AD.
I know. On that Yanks. And classic pub fare. Fish and chips, scampi, beef steak and ale pie, pulled lamb shoulder hot pot, British chicken, steak and kidney pudding. Yeah. It's amazing, mate. And what you were saying is there's loads of nuts and crannies in here, and we'll do a bit of a slide round with the video. It's just got an amazing atmosphere, hasn't it?
You know, it's a proper. I went to meet a friend yesterday for a meeting, and we went to a pub because this happened to be, and it was a pub, but it's one of those commercially type pubs. You look at the menu's exactly the same.
Yeah.
The table's the same. They're trying to be trendy. You know that kind of vibe. You walk into here, I feel like I've just stepped, honestly, I know it's 1189 AD, it goes back that far, but I feel like I've gone back to when I was a kid. When I turned 18 and we were at college and we went for our first pint, I actually feel like that.
This is a lot of pubs. Sadly, more and more pubs are closing all the time, bars, because people aren't going out. But we're losing places like this. That it's not just... It's authentic, innit? It's history. You feel like you've stepped back in time, don't you? And he was talking about kings and queens, and there's a lot of thing about.
Oh, you can feel the history. It's oozing from the walls. Imagine where we sat now. There could have been a king or a Robin Hood or I don't know
exactly.
Because it's that 1,000-year history. Shit has gone on in here.
Oh, I mean, if the walls could talk,
If the walls, that's it. If the walls could
the
talk.
walls could talk, mate, it'd be unbelievable. There's so much character in here. I think it's just sublime, and I think it's definitely. I know we're waxing lyrical about it, but it is. You've got to come to believe it, to see it. Now, we've obviously come to eat food as well.
Yeah, we're gonna. So we've ordered from the British menu. I've gone for a Scotch egg.
Because we're in Scotland. I mean, we're in Nottingham, and I've gone for fish fingers on a bread sandwich. Because for being from Manchester, put everything on bread. My lad once said to me, I made him a pie. He had a pie, and he said, "Dad, what would you have with this?" And I went, 2 slices of bread. He went, "What do you mean?" I said, 2 slices of bread. He says,
It's called a pie balm.
"Well, not put the bread, and yeah, just put the pie on the bread." And he's like, "You are joking, Dad." I went, "Definitely, every time."
Pie balm. So that's the food we're going to have. So today's not about food per se. Today's about seeing something new, something different, something amazing, something history. And yeah, we're having the food is going to be good. I'm having a Scotch egg, for crying out loud, and it's getting busier in here now as well.
It's crazy. It's only Wednesday afternoon, but you're right. It's forgotten. It's about everything. It's love, laughs, and forgotten food and forgotten places. It's everything that we're bringing in. And you're going to have another beer, aren't you? He's enjoying the beer. I'm driving, so I'm on the old Coca-Cola. They're not promoting us, so I might say it's Pepsi. Who knows?
Well, you could be like Cristiano Ronaldo and move it out of the way.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, and the fella passes it to him. Yeah. Now, you were talking about kings and queens as well, weren't you? Being a bit dodgy, because we've done some dodgy shit in the past, haven't we? As an empire.
No, who hasn't?
I know everyone has.
Do you know what? I just want to get onto this. I mean, you want to say something now and say anything, and Green King. This company that owns this is Green King, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And Green King family history has roots to the slavery.
Yeah.
But if you look at the slavery and look into it, the money the government's paid out. Do you know the loans for slavery only ended about 10 odd years ago?
It's not a long time, is it?
No, they're still paying for this shit. And it was part of the... I mean, we're not here to talk about that. I mean, we'll get into all that kind of stuff later on, but I think what I like to say is it's like the old Christian saying, "He who cast the first stone, who hasn't cast the first stone." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he who hasn't sinned cast the first stone. Jesus was on the cross when he said that. And
Yeah.
it rocket him. He went, "Mother, you've always been a pain in the ass."
Yeah.
Sermon over.
Sermon
today.
We're here to talk about our childhood. That's what we're meant to talk about.
Which is interesting because we're both from Manchester, aren't we? I'm from Patrickcroft, Eccles.
Is he from Eccles?
I'm from Eccles, yeah.
Which school do you go to?
Christchurch is a junior school, and then Ellesmere Park High as a...
Did you go to Ellesmere Park High?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that school.
Yeah, I went there, and it's changed now. I think it's Wentworth High or something. But the first school I went to, the senior school, is not there anymore. Well, it's now apartments, swanky apartments. But it was amazing, mate. One of these old, it's like this old, proper old buildings. You know, with a balcony for the assembly and all that. It was amazing. Cellars where the woodwork room was. It was just it was a dream. It was a brilliant building. And then we moved to the other one. But yeah, that's where I'm from Eccles, mate. Eccles, where the cake was made.
Is it still being made at Eccles?
No, but the original one was made in the shop in Eccles. But they are made in Manchester, obviously.
But isn't it made in Hardwick?
Yeah, they're made in Manchester. But it always makes me laugh because in Coventry, yeah, went to an event a few months ago and they went, Eccles cakes. And I picked up and went, "That's not an Eccles cake." "Yes, it is." I said, "It's not an Eccles cake. More like a Charlie cake."
What's the difference between a Charlie cake and Eccles? So Eccles is puff.
Yeah, it's a different pastry, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different pastry. And like I just said, it's just a pastry and it's just a bit thinner.
Yeah, it's thinner.
My mate used to put melted butter on his Eccles. On him. He'd eat them with butter. And I was like, this is baffling me.
Yeah, because the chocolate cake's more of a short
Yeah,
short
still
pastry.
very nice.
I'm not knocking the people from chocolate, by the way. Don't get offended about your cakes, but they're not Eccles cakes.
No. There's a difference. It's like, yeah.
Regional things.
Do you know what I really fancied the other day?
What?
And I've been thinking. I don't know why I've just thought of this just now, but I know when we go up to Manchester,
Yeah.
one of the things I want to go and eat is fish, chips, peas, and gravy.
And you don't, and it's weird that it down here, you don't get it, and it's, don't eat that stuff.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'll pass it over to this young man. Thank you very much. Oh,
And your Scotch egg.
and a Scotch egg. Lovely.
Right.
Thank
So,
you very much.
You guys
Thank you.
want to get you any other sauces?
no,
I wanted salad cream, but you don't do it.
We
Apparently.
don't, no, sorry.
Salad. No worries. Thank you.
he's a diva. You get used to it. So, we've got fish finger sandwich. Now, I was telling Sunday before, there's a chef who spent 20 years perfecting the perfect fish finger sandwich. Sadaks.
I
What have you got?
got Scotch eggs. Classic British. And I wanted it with salad cream, but no problem.
But
So-
you're right about a Scotch egg, because it is...
It's still warm as well.
A Scotch egg is quite a thing, isn't it, really? Anyway, we'll be right back. Mate, that was lovely.
My Scotch egg was lovely. It was made even more lovely that the fact we're in here. You don't think?
Yeah, and isn't that the case when you go abroad and you have wine in France, or you have the beer in Spain, or you have fish and chips at the seaside? It's the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is what I used to try and teach my staff, what my father taught us. It's about the experience as well, you know. It's about making the whole experience better. It's about it's not just about the food. Of course, it's about the food, but if the food is fantastic and you're sitting on a broken chair, a pregnant chair, it's ruined. Your meal's ruined. But the one thing that you can't, you can have bad food, bad environment, but you'll still come back. The one thing you won't come back for, bad service.
Yeah.
Have you been to a restaurant and the service has been horrific? So the food's been great, but the service has been
You
brilliant.
wouldn't go back, would you?
No, but if you've been to one where the service has been brilliant and the guy or the girls tried so hard and they've done everything they possibly can, they've been that busy and you've been really empathetic towards them, and you give them another chance, don't you? Because they're that person.
Yeah.
So the service has to be beyond, always. But you can't. This surrounding is just...
And it's with you, and thanks for sharing it with me, mate, because, you know, I think it's been... If someone had said, go and check out that old pub on your own in Nottingham, I don't think it's the same. I think a lot of time it's shared experiences, isn't it?
Yeah, without that. And the moment I walked in here, the first thing I thought of was my childhood.
Yeah.
Which brings me back onto, so you were born in Eccles, I was born in Longside.
Yeah.
And I've got to tell you a story about my childhood because I think it's important for people to realise this, because especially what's been going on. And I told you this story, and you told me to tell the story again for the purpose of this.
No point if I've just heard it, isn't it?
No, tell everybody else. So, especially at the moment about racism and votes and people that have been upset about stuff, I've never experienced racism. Somebody said to me the other day, you probably have, Sandy, but you've ignored it. Or the same person said, you probably experienced it, but didn't do anything about it.
Oh,
Or,
that's interesting.
the third one was that, what I said was, I probably did, but I was that thick-skinned and that, what's the word? I kind of belittled it and went, just...
Yeah,
Because I was talking to an Irishman the other day. Thank you very much. I was talking to an Irishman the other day, Eamon Holmes.
Was it called Pat? Oh no, sorry, go on. I get in trouble then. What? I was going to do a Pat Irish accent.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
but I'm not doing that.
And he was telling me, because we were talking about general stuff.
Hang on, just a minute. Name dropping. Have you noticed? Name dropping. But carry on. Eamon Holmes, yeah, Irish guy.
And we were talking about stuff, because obviously, the reason when we're talking is because obviously he's going to GB News and stuff like that, and possible with all that stuff. And he said to me, Irish were treated differently when they arrived in this country. And when he came to this country, when he was a young whippersnapper,
That was awesome. I thought he was in the room with us then.
Yeah, you thought
That was brilliant.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. He said that they were treated differently. Now, he and I both agreed. Was it racism? We don't know. Was it banter? We don't know. The thing is, what we both know is, we got on with it, we dealt with it, and we both did our careers better.
Yeah.
This story that I'm trying to get to. So I wrote a blog about this. And growing up in the 80s in Manchester, I didn't realise that I should not support Liverpool. Right, you're not a football fan. I am a massive football fan. And I thought genuinely there were 4 teams in Manchester.
Oh, yeah.
4. Manchester United, Manchester City, Man City, Man United.
You're probably right.
4 teams, because I didn't know Man U was different to Manchester United as a young kid.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, I supported Liverpool. I shouldn't have supported them. In ethics, now looking back, I shouldn't have supported them. As a Mancunian boy, growing up in Manchester, I should have supported Manchester United or Manchester City. More than likely Manchester City. Now, 11 years old, went to a party, working man's club. It was my mate's birthday. He was, don't know how old he was at the time. My mum made some samosas. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Made some samosas. Everybody brought a bit of food.
Yeah.
Somebody bought cocktail sticks with cheese. During the party, all the aunties would make there'd be a big trifle, there'd be sandwiches.
You bring the hot pot, you bring the trifle.
And it was the first time I actually saw a hedgehog shaped as in cheese.
Oh.
It's this. I'm still flabbergasted by it as a child. It has
1970s
food
rolled into the 80s.
As a young kid looking at this food, I was like, "Oh my
We'll have to make one of
god!
them, won't we?
Oh my god! It's a hedgehog with cheese on sticks." Anyway,
Pineapple.
so we sat around this table, right, and all the uncles are all there. They're all chatting away. They're all doing the typical thing. "Oh, we like you. You're from the packy shop," and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's what they used to call it.
At the corner shop.
And they used to say things like, "Oh, we like curry. Oh, we really like curry because that's what people do in them." And again, I never thought of it of anything because they were really. When you don't know sure how to deal with something, you just go with what they say, and nobody was horrible and nasty.
Was that thinking about it? Because you might not remember. What was the tone of that? You're from the packy shop, because obviously that can be.
It wasn't.
That can be taken as.
See, there's the point. See, I was speaking, and again, I picked up something on Facebook a few weeks ago, where that term has been taken by some people as an insult, and I get that. For me, it was never an insultive word. Growing up, it was more that it was the packy shop. It's even said in Holyfields and Horses. Do you know that?
Is it?
You look at one of the clips, he talks about it, and they might have cut it out now in BBC.
Well, that turn, and it's been twisted and turned and all the rest of it, and been used by the left and far right, sorry, not the left. But obviously that'll come from, because a lot of people that came over back then were from Pakistan, weren't they?
Yeah, Pakistan, India.
That's where the name comes from.
But so I do understand both sides of the argument. One people are saying, well, you're saying Pakistani, and you're saying like Aussie, you say Australian, you're saying Aussie.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But on the other flip side, some nasty people have taken it derogatory. And basically, they started to ask me about my football team, who I support.
Oh dear. I bet you got more stick from that.
So, mate, I let them know, these uncles sat around a table, we're all eating our sandwiches, enjoying the samosas my mum made, and I told them I'm a Liverpool fan. Now, in Manchester and in Liverpool, probably worse in Liverpool, I maybe think, if you said you were, I had uncles get up, slam their hands and fists down, and point to me and say to me, "You should know where you come from, son." How beautiful is that? They didn't think of this.
Yeah.
They thought of my heritage.
You're
You're a Manc, you should support Manchester.
Well, I'll tell you.
That's a beauty, and that was in the early 80s. Moving on from that, and how beautiful that was, and how I was accepted. Inadvertently, they were more disgusted about that than the colour of my skin. That wasn't even a forethought. It's a different context. It just proves to you. And I also want to add, for the purpose of our little show, I loved my childhood growing up in Manchester.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I've got fond memories of it, and we didn't have anything, did we? We didn't have much. Do you know what I mean? We didn't have much as a family, but we've always had clean clothes and good food.
No, always.
That was
Always.
it. Do you know what I mean? So that for me. But so you're talking about the shop, yeah, the Indian shop, yeah, the corner shop, very stereotypical. What about the Simpsons? They've evicted Apu. Apu has been evicted from the Simpsons.
Why?
Because the woke generation say it's not politically correct, because he's portraying this
Yeah, but-
Indian guy running the mini mart or whatever it is.
And most Indians who went to America, just like they came to the UK, ran shops because that was the thing that they were good at. That's not a racist thing. To put in,
Well,
I don't get it.
why don't they put a Polski one there now instead? Would that be acceptable? Because most shops now have turned a lot. That generation's moved on. You've not gone into having a corner shop, have you? You know, the generation below
I
that.
tell you what, though, I wish I had done. Bombshell.
Bombshell.
We'll talk about that another time.
Well, what are you doing here? What are you doing here now?
So who did it first time? Did you have like a bit of a theory at what tips did you give me?
Go a little bit, take a step back. Take a step back. Use your left hand.
Really?
Well, that's right. You did.
Oh fucking hell!
You need tension. You need tension. The guy behind the bar said use your nose and that's your line, but
I think you're better off curving it in.
swing it in from the right.
Swing it in.
See where the
your
ball
nose.
is.
Look at the pressure.
Okay, can I have one goal first? Yeah.
Three, a four.
I think. Oh, right.
You just have to keep going.
Well, you can't walk away till you get it.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. I see what you got.
Sunday.
Oh,
you've done it, Sandy. You did it. Excellent. I mean, that's the thing of a proper boozer, not just one swanky place to go. How many was lads there? 4, 5, 6 lads.
Yeah, nice lads
Friendly.
from Stoke.
Come on, taking the pee,
Yeah.
having a bit of a crack
Yeah.
on the old. Well, this is
The oldest inn in England.
the old trip to Jerusalem,
Beautiful.
1189 AD.
Did I pay for my food?
You was at the bar. You spoke to him, didn't you? You spoke to him,
Yeah, I did.
mate.
You didn't. Did you pay? No, I didn't pay. Like, quick, leg it.
Let's run.